I think a lot of it is what we've talked about, which is everybody's kind of already hit on, which is part of our goal is to have a broader integrated digital platform. Our labs and other folks create, enormous amounts of data that we can make some pretty tremendous use of. And of course, again, many of our labs are doing, some of the most cutting edge research on AI and moving those forward. So we're trying to take, these large bodies of data we have, specific business problems, and then how can we apply AI quickly to those to start to answer those questions and draw value out of them. So we're really trying to build those platforms across a distributed department that let us do that. So I think that's what you're going to see a lot of the next couple of years at the Department of Energy is really that focus on building out those platforms in a meaningful way, with some architecture around them so that when you're moving the data across, back and forth, and just understanding where your data is, that becomes an easier job. And then we can more quickly apply the lab capabilities to all that data.
And we were talking a little bit about quantum computing, and I know the labs are already sort of, do you see that in 3 years really becoming sort of mainstream, or is that going to be still more of a lab specialized kind of?
That's probably a whole nother panel, but I would say, we got to be careful when we talk about
the whistle for the audience.
Yeah, when we talk about quantum, I think one of the things that I've had to go back and try and really learn some physics I've forgotten from 20 years ago, but quantum computing is a decent ways away. Now we are actively today, right now, and things that came out of our labs doing, for example, quantum key exchange, right? So we have an active quantum, we have a quantum network between two of our labs, Argonne and Fermi, today. So we're using quantum today, right now. But when we talk about quantum, there are a number of things you use, from key exchange, other things, all the way up to quantum computing. And quantum computing is very different because you're going to need an entire new, essentially programming language and vernacular to make that use of it. So that's farther out, and so people have to be careful when they walk through those. But the great news is our labs are using quantum today, right now, and starting to find places to apply it to security and other missions right now.